Today I will share with you how I messed up my card but still made the most out of it. Stay tuned. Welcome back. I'm Erum Tasneem and I mess up a lot while card making and also while doing other chores around the house, but let's not get into that. The main thing is I keep on going, trying to save that piece or use it somehow. It is very rare that I discard something. For my projects today, I will be using the new Spider Mums stamp. This is a painted flower stamp which was released yesterday. You can see that I am ink blending on a panel. This is Crest Solar White 80 pounds and I am using cotton candy dye ink with a large blending tool for ink blending. For my ink blending, I'm going to apply ink heavy-handedly on the lower portion of the panel, and as I move up, I'll reduce the pressure so that I get an ombre background. Now I'll use Coral Bliss dye ink to stamp my image. You can use any close shade of the ink. The reason I'm using a close shade is in case I have some mist stamping or color bleeding. We don't want a weird green ink peeking from behind the embossing, which is to come later. I will use artist marker in Coral Berry first. I'll apply this in the nukes. This is our main color to add that shading and depth. This is what will give depth and interest to the flower. Don't worry too much about staying within the lines within the flower because we are going to emboss over it and the outlines will be defined. Trust me on this. So just add flecks of Coral Berry. The next color to add is Peach Perfect. I'll pull out or blend the Coral Berry a little, not a lot. Remember that we want a dark pigment there too, as our background is already the same pink shade. And the reason I added Peach Perfect is because to break away a little from the background. Adding the peach tone will make the flowers stand out a bit against the pink background. In the end, I'll add Frosty Pink, which will just blend the Peach Perfect to the tips of the petals. I'll repeat the same thing on the second flower as well. This doesn't take a lot of time, and there may come a time that you might question it as it may start looking like a blob, but don't panic. Just remember that the outline will come at the end and then it will look really pretty. For the leaves, I chose to go with the browns. I'll start from dark to light, adding shadows and blending them out until I'm happy with the result. Again, I'll make sure to keep my shadows dark so that they are visible after the embossing. Once you are done coloring, go over the page with a heat tool. Also prep it with anti-static powder. My stamp is still in the stamp positioner. I'll use embossing ink and stamp over this again. Then I'll use the Peach Perfect embossing powder for embossing. I've also tried this with antique gold embossing powder and it looks beautiful. The Peach Perfect has a more subtle effect and gives a very pretty sheen. Alright, so my mess up is coming up in a bit. So I wanted to do a bit more stamping, add a bit more foliage to the card front, and it would have worked. I have done it previously, but I got distracted. As you can see, I have already cut my mask, it's in place, and I have stamped once. But when I was about to stamp again to get the stamping into the nooks, my father started talking to me and I forgot to check if my cardstock moved. It did move and I double stamped. So I fussy cut the stamped part out, lost my beautiful ink blending. I placed it over a cream colored cardstock with a broken heart. I continued working on it. The image still looks good. It's not bad. I'll adhere one of the thin gold foil washi tapes onto the card front. If you don't have these gold foil washi tapes in all sizes, you definitely should. They are awesome. You can apply them as accents anywhere and everywhere. I'll stamp the sentiment in Espresso Dye Ink. I did cover my left panel before adding very fine black splatters onto the right portion of the card, and because my heart was still set on the initial design. I did remake that card, but this time I didn't even try to add the extra stamping. I wasn't going to risk it this time. I just added fine black splatters to this one, a lot of gold splatters, heat embossed the sentiment on black cardstock, and to finish added satin gold sequins. I'm glad I was able to save this first panel and create a totally different card. I did try to adhere this on another inked panel, but it didn't look good. What would you have done? Do you throw such panels away or try to save them? Let me know. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Bye.
Hello there, did that video just spark your creativity? And do you want more project ideas and inspiration videos too? Well, if you do, please make sure that you subscribe to the Altenew YouTube channel. Also, make sure that you do click that notification bell so you don't miss a video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye bye.